Hi, my name is Angela, and I'm with E&E Style Showcase, and I have the honor and privilege of being with my good friend, Kim Daniels.
Hello,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm good. How you
Angela?
doing, girl?
I'm doing wonderful.
You look so fabulous. I love your necklace, by the way.
Much. Thank you so much. This is one of the necklaces that I have, a part of my jewelry collection that I have.
Okay.
Yes, Your Beauty and Bling, and it's affordable custom jewelry, and I love serving the jewelry, not selling, but serving the jewelry. So it's really nice custom jewelry that's lead and nickel free, and it pretty much, lets you look good without breaking the bank. So yes.
Obviously, by the way you talking and you looking, I could tell you definitely doing your thing, girl.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. So let me ask you, how did you get into this business that you're in?
Okay, well, I do several businesses. However, the jewelry business I got in by way of linking up with one of my good friends.
Okay.
And she actually tricked me into sharing jewelry with some of my friends. And I'm all for supporting those that are in different businesses, different endeavors, and things like that.
Okay.
And so she got me into, sharing the jewelry, and there was a great turnout. And I was like, yeah, how can I do this for myself? Because I'm not going to make you any more money, because I absolutely see where you're going with this, and I believe that this is something that I can fit into what I'm doing already.
Good.
So I believe that, being a blessing through this jewelry is helping women, especially women, with building their self-esteem and building their confidence within themselves, and also providing them a way to look good without breaking the bank.
Absolutely.
And the pieces are lead and nickel free. I definitely did my research on that, and it's very, very important where you understand what you're putting on in your body. So that's one thing that really stood out to me, and me being someone that has suffered with having very sensitive skin. I was very careful with what I put on my skin.
Right.
So I tried it out for myself before I served it. Of course, I don't like saying selling. I like to say we sell. We serve. We don't sell. So before I served it to other people, I decided, you have to try before you buy. Try before you invest. So I definitely tried it for myself. Absolutely loved it. Had a great turnout. Had a great reaction from those that were, in my circle. So I was like, you know what, I think I want to try this. And I've been in it for 10 months, and I absolutely positively love doing it. It's been a true blessing, not only for me, but those that I've came in contact with.
Amen. And I like the fact that you said you serve it and not sell it.
Absolutely.
That makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
Because everyone is just trying to sell something, and it's like, when you're trying to sell it, it's like, you know what, I really don't want anything to do with that. But when you're actually serving it, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, it's a personal feeling. You want people to understand, like, I'm not just in it. For me as an entrepreneur, I'm not in it for just the money.
Right.
Don't get me wrong now. Yes, it is a means of income.
Right.
But you want to have a personal experience. You don't know what your clients or your customers are personally dealing with.
Yes.
So everything that you have, you want to be able to let them know, like, listen, I'm not here to, rob you. I'm not here to take advantage. I'm here to really serve you. And as a believer of God, we are servants at the end of the day. So everything that we do have, it comes from the Lord.
Amen.
And we are here to serve in every aspect. So we don't serve, we serve confidence, we serve high self-esteem, and we also serve a way of financial freedom as well too. So I definitely, I always make sure I practice what I preach, and it's really awesome, because it's a way to show the love of the Lord through our gifts. So so that's really my motto. I don't sell, I serve.
Amen. So you have a servant's heart.
Absolutely.
Makes a difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that actually brings me to my next question. What is the mission statement of this company?
Okay, so with the mission statement of the jewelry company, like I said, for me personally, it's just, we don't sell, we serve.
Okay.
I do also have other businesses that I do run. My main business actually is a credit wellness business that I do with my husband. Unfortunately, he's not here because he is a full-time musician as well, so he's actually working doing that. But We have a credit wellness business that we have. It's privately owned. It's myself, my husband, and his oldest brother. Okay. And we run it from home, and the same motto is we don't sell, we serve. We pretty much help people not just only repair their credit, but we also help them and provide them with different resources on the goals that they bring to us.
Okay.
So if they have if they want to purchase a home, or if they want to just start up their own personal business, or if they want to get more insight on how to start their own, whatever it is, we pretty much give them not only just the credit wellness, but we also provide the resources that are attached to it.
That is beautiful.
We really we are about our Father's business.
Yes.
And we really want to help people be aware of their rights as, consumers when it comes to certain things. Also knowing their rights as knowing the importance of how powerful good credit is. Not good, but great credit. You can have all the money in the world, but if your credit is not good, you're not getting approved.
That's right.
And it's also important to really teach people the importance of knowing what's going on around them and knowing their rights. We have rights just as much as the people that have it like that, but we have rights. So we pretty much teach people how to properly have money management. But like I said before, backtracking to what I started with the mission statements, we don't sell, we serve. And that's just what it is. I do childcare. I have a skincare business that I do. I do a lot of things, but the main mission statement is I don't sell, I serve.
Wow, that's beautiful. I love that. Girl, you were so young, you got your hand in all kinds of stuff. How can I be like you?
Yes. You know what, honestly, and one thing I'm a very firm believer in is, you could have all the great ideas in the world. You could have as many great talents as you would like, but if it's not rooted and grounded in the Lord, if it's not within the Lord's will for your life, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
And everything that I'm doing right now, the Lord has sealed his approval and he's shown his favor over it. So I'm not jumping into something just for a get rich quick scheme.
Right.
There's some times where I've taken major L's, but I knew the end result would be victory. I knew God would get the glory out of it, and I knew that lives would be changed. So I believe that's why we have been so successful thus far with our businesses. But it goes back to we don't sell, we serve. And I believe if entrepreneurs and those that are in business, not even just businesses, but ministries, or those that are in organizations, if they understood the true, meaning of being a servant, like the outcome would be great. People wouldn't be dropping like flies, or people wouldn't just stop doing business if you understood that it's a personal thing. It's not just for you. It's for building legacies for other people and helping people with having a great quality of life. So I definitely that's something that I will stand by until I go.
Amen. All right, so what advice would you give to other young people, or anybody who's actually, trying to become an entrepreneur, start their own business? Because it's not easy, especially now.
Okay, so one thing that I would tell people is that find your passion and really stick to it,
Okay.
And, there's a lot of young people. Me personally, looking back in retrospect, I resent a lot of my guidance counselors and those that were in my school talking like, you gotta go to college. I'm all for going to college, but okay, am I going because my parents said that I had to go, or is it because I really want to go? And I need to know the ins and outs first, because if you just jump into college like I did, I jumped into a whole pool of debt. Not knowing, I was told I was going to get a scholarship, which was great, but then I had to stay on campus. That wasn't a part of the scholarship now. So I didn't really get full understanding. So my thing is, find your passion and capitalize off of that.
Okay.
Find it, fall in love with it, and really work hard towards finding how it could be lucrative for you. That's something that I would definitely tell young people. I tell my children that. I have an 11-year-old and I have a 7-year-old, and they are already in the mindset of being entrepreneurs. It's great to have careers. It's great to want to be a police officer or whatever, but find out what you really love, because you always have to have a backup plan, especially now. You have to have a backup plan. And we don't teach our children that. We don't teach our young people that. We just tell them, no, you got to be this, you got to be that. They make a lot of money, they do this. But no, we have to teach them, do what makes you happy. Do what you love. A lot of parents out there right now are living vicariously through their children, and these kids are stressed out. A lot of them are depressed.
Yes.
A lot of them are taking their lives because they're trying to please mommy and daddy, but mommy and daddy isn't taking time to really find out, hey, what do you really like? What are you really into? Let's find this thing out.
Yes.
So I would definitely tell young people and parents, listen to your kids. Find out what they really like. Get to know your kids.
Absolutely.
You know, invest in them.
Yes.
My daughter, she loves doing nails. She plays around, let her play around my wigs and stuff, you know, and do hair. But I want her to find out what she's really good at.
Yeah.
She's a great track athlete. She takes after me with track. But, you know, track is probably not going to be her end-all be-all. It might get her into school maybe. Her academics might be great, but what if something happens?
Right.
She's going to need something to fall back
on.
So
Plan B.
I'm planting the seed now in her, like, listen, we're going to figure this thing out. You're going to find out what you're really good at. So just in case this might not work out for you, you might say, you know what, this might not be for me. You'll have something to fall back on.
Right.
And it will help you in the long run.
I love that. That's awesome. I love that. So what would you say has been like the most difficult or the most challenging parts about, you know, being an entrepreneur and running your own businesses?
For me, in the beginning, I was always like a people pleaser.
Yeah.
I didn't like to hear no. I always like to hear yes. And those of the people that are watching, I know that they can attest to it. You always want to please everybody, and you want everybody to like what you got going on, and you expect all the support and all of that, and no. So with me, it's not always like that, unfortunately, you know. And I know for myself, before I even got into the credit business with my husband, believe it or not, I was one of those people, no, ain't gonna work. I don't know, you guys always got something going on. You always got an idea, you always got a vision, you always want to do stuff. And I was that one.
Gotcha.
You know, and then it reversed back on me when I decided I wanted to go ahead and jump into business. But always wanted to please people, always wanted to satisfy people, always wanted to tickle their fancy, always dumbing down my prices just to satisfy somebody because they didn't want to pay or they didn't want to invest.
Yes.
Because, you know, we family or we friends, but, you know, they tried to do that, and that started to discourage me because I'm like, okay, well, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Until you know, the Lord started dealing with me, like teaching me how to know my worth. And that's one thing, know your worth, then charge tax, and then add shipping and handling. And that's what I do now. So it's not about who you're trying to get, and sometimes the people that you're trying to get, those aren't even the ones that are assigned to you.
No, that's right.
And that's something that I had to learn. And you know, the Lord started sending people that were not familiar with me, people that I wasn't like common with, people that I would never expect to, you know, invest in me, and they did. And it was just all based off of prayer. I'm like, Lord, please, I know this is what you want me to do for, you know, not just for myself, but for your people, but show me the way. And it took a lot of soul searching, but he started showing me, and the people started coming, but it was just uncommon connections. There are clients that I have right now, I have yet to meet them, I have yet to meet them, and I thank God for that. And it bursted me out of my comfort zone now. So now when people say no to me, okay, there's 10 yeses that are waiting for me. You know, and the yeses that are coming are the ones that are going to bear great testimony. They're going to really just be confirmation of what the Lord has already placed in me. So it's not easy. But if you're sure in what you're called to do, you know that it will work. It's gonna be hard in the beginning. Nothing ever comes easy. If it comes easy, then you ain't in the right thing. If it comes easy for you in the beginning, then something ain't right. If the attacks do not come, something ain't right. So you need to understand that with the bigger picture or with the promise, there comes a process, and there comes some type of attack. Look at Job. I don't want to sound religious, but absolutely. Look at Job. But the thing that I loved about that was the enemy had to ask God for permission. Girl, he had to ask God for permission to comfort Job. But then the Lord was like, have you considered my servant?
Jesus, girl.
So there was something that was in Job. Job probably didn't even realize it yet, but there was something that was in him. There was a treasure that was within him.
My God.
And the Lord said, get that one right there. You can go ahead, do whatever you want. But don't, you know.
That's not my mindset, girl.
Come on now. So I say that all to say this: if you are sure in what you are truly called to be and what you're assigned to be, no matter what happens, no matter how many no's you get, no matter how many rejections you get, no matter how many closed doors may come in your face, just know that what's inside of you, you will give full birth to it. It will come to fruition, and you have to keep pressing forth in it.
Okay. Well, I'm like, are we having church in here? You just kind of preached to me.
I'm just excited.
Jesus.
Yes.
Is it Sunday?
Yes,
No.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So what would you attribute your success to?
What would I attribute my success to? Oh, oh my goodness. You know, everything that the enemy meant for evil for my life, God turned it around for good.
Amen.
And everything that, you know, I grew up from I was in a poverty-filled environment.
Okay.
You know, we lived off the system, been in shelters, had horrible living conditions, all of that. And I remember as a little girl, like saying, there has to be something better than this.
Yes.
There has to be something greater. I can never see myself in this position. And, you know, I remember times as a young girl, I didn't even want to be here. You know, I dealt with depression and things like that. And I tried to attempt suicide 3 times at the age of 10. And I thank God for that still small voice, even though I didn't have him as my Lord and Savior then, but I still knew his voice. And so all of that hardship that I went through, it brought me to my success, because every time I look back over what I went through and I overcame it, it literally propelled me to where I am now and where I'm going. So everything that was spoken over my life, everything that was said, it was reversed. The curse was reversed. And one thing I could honestly say was, when I got married, I always say this, when I got married, everything made sense. Every generational curse was broken. So that was the real attribute for my success, giving a full yes to the Lord, and really just looking back over everything that I've endured and staying consistent with my yes and never forfeiting my yes. That's the greatest attribute for my success, is staying committed to my yes. No matter what the circumstance was, no matter what it looked like, that's what got me to where I am now.
Wow,
So,
and you have no regrets?
Not at all. I thank God for everything that I went through and that I'm still currently dealing with, but I'm growing through it.
Amen.
You know?
Amen. Wow. Goodness, girl, you got me.
He's awesome.
So what do you look for when you're partnering with someone, or like the clients that you do get? Is there anything that you're looking for, like, specifically?
So when it comes to my credit wellness, I love the freedom to pick and choose who I do business with in every aspect. And I thank God for discernment, because I know if you're just trying to do it just to whatever, or you're doing it because you really have, you know, a true goal in mind. But what I do ask, if they don't tell me what they want to do beforehand, I usually ask them, okay, what's your goals? Because you come to me asking me, okay, this is what you want, but okay, but what do you want?
Right.
Because I can do my job, but then you won't do your job, and then what's the whole point? You invested in what? Nothing. So I ask them, what are their goals? Where do they see themselves? I like to pick people's brains, because at the end of the day, this all ties into purpose.
Yes, absolutely.
This all ties into purpose
Absolutely.
and what you're assigned to do. So you might be called to be a homeowner, but you might be called to be more than that. But I'm going to pick your brain to see where you're at.
Make you work.
Same thing with, you know, the jewelry, and same thing with everything else. Even with childcare. Okay, I need to know what type of kids I'm working with.
Right.
I need to know what type of parents I'm working with, because it's not just me just babysitting your kids. I need to understand what I'm getting myself into.
Yes, absolutely.
I need to dig deep, because this might not be for us. You know? It might not work. So I really ask questions. I do the question asking. They don't ask me. I ask them, and then we go ahead and go forth.
Gotcha.
But yes.
So have you ever turned down a customer or a client? Because I know, like you said, you do ask the questions, which you should do, and, you know, you investigate and you research, but have you ever got to that point where it's like, you know what, this ain't gonna work, I can't?
Actually, you know what, believe it or not, so I haven't necessarily, my way of, I don't want to say turning down, my way of really just not going forth is just not chasing. I don't, I follow up, I have a level, I have a certain certain amount of times that I follow up.
Okay.
So if I follow up you at least 2 times and you're not serious, I keep it moving.
Gotcha.
I planted the seed already.
Yes.
The seed has been planted.
Yes.
You know, we did the free consultation. I did my part. I said to you what you're going to expect of me, what I expect of you. So now it's up to you. The ball is in your court. But one thing I do not do, I do not chase.
Got it. Got it.
So
your time is valuable, and they need to understand that. And if they really want to get out
and
of
their
what they're
time is
going-
valuable too.
Yes. Right.
So
It's a two-way
absolutely.
street. Gotcha. All right. So do you have any other professional services that you do? Because I know you said that you do jewelry, you do childcare, and you do the credit wellness. Is there, what else are you into?
Okay, so so I actually do. I'm a track coach actually as well.
Oh, Lord.
I do it's through this Catholic Youth Organization, but anybody can do it. It's not just straight for the Catholic youth, but that's something that I did run track back in my day.
Got it.
And so that's something that I do, but it's a volunteer job. I love giving back. And I just, anywhere that I'm needed to serve, I really just kind of find my way to do it.
Gotcha.
I'm all about building the kingdom, and I really do love to serve. And if there's any way that can bring God glory out of my life, I do it.
Amen.
I fellowship with different ministries out there, and however, like I said, however I can see myself fit in with it, then I do it. But yes, I am a track coach, and I do a few other things along the way, but I just move at the speed of God.
Gotcha. Amen. All right. So in terms of your companies, what are your long-term goals? What are you hoping to accomplish, like short-term and long-term?
Okay, so my short-term goals right now, my short-term goal right now is to expand my territory.
Okay.
Meaning like getting a house. I plan to be a homeowner very soon. It's actually I'm planning to be a homeowner very soon because my businesses are expanding and they need to be housed.
Amen.
But also just continuing with what I'm doing right now, stepping a little bit more out of my comfort zone. Like this right here is out of my comfort zone, for sure.
Yes.
But I know that this is something that God has been leading me to do.
Amen.
And for such a time as this.
Yes.
My long-term goals is to just continue to build a legacy for my children and their children's children, also to help other people as well. I just want to see just miracle signs and wonders to happen.
Yes.
I want just God to truly get the glory
Amen.
out of everything that I do. I want to see curses broken. I want to see, things reversed. I just really want to see a tremendous move of God. I don't want to come off preachy or anything like that, but that's really the mission that's on my life. And,
Absolutely.
if he can do it for me and do everything that he's done and those that he's allowed me to come in contact with, that's something I want to continue to keep going.
Gotcha. Okay. So I know we didn't say that you were a minister, but I think I see something in there. So I'm trying to keep myself composed there, but I'm about to start shouting. I'm gonna stop there before I do.
It's all right now.
So what would you say is so unique about all of your businesses? Because it's amazing.
What's unique about my businesses?
Like what separates you from the rest?
I don't do what others are doing.
Amen.
I serve.
Gotcha.
I don't sell, I serve. I bring it right back to my motto. I have a whole bunch of people that do similar things that I do, and one thing that I do is I don't want to do what everybody else is doing.
Yes, right.
I like to stand out.
Yes.
And I like to be unique, and that's just what it is. But I love to serve. I really want to see people win.
Amen.
I really want people to understand their true value and their worth.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of people out there that are spiritually dead.
Yeah.
They need to be revived. And, I've with my experience with the credit wellness as well as the jewelry, I've literally seen God do great things. Like I've seen people go from being homeless to homeowners. I've seen women go from having insecurities to now being overly confident in themselves, and I'm so excited about that. But that's just all about serving, not thinking so much of myself, but really just seeing the need and meeting the needs of others.
Yes.
Because I already know who's my source, so I'm not worried about me because I know I'm good. But now, how can I avail myself to help somebody else, bringing people on with me, not leaving nobody behind?
Right. Yes.
So that's really what it is.
Wow, you really do have a servant's heart. It's a beautiful thing to see.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So what are your responsibilities in all your companies, all your businesses?
Well, my responsibility and my commitment is to do exactly what I said I was going to do.
Okay.
I always tell people what they're going to get from me. And vice versa, what I expect out of you in return. You know, it's a two-way street. But my responsibility, especially with the Credit Wellness, I want to make sure that you get every ounce of me possible. I want you to experience every resource possible. I really want to see you flourish, you know. So you can't go after the experience and then God forbid something happens. You can't say, oh, well, Kim didn't do this, Kim didn't do that, or this didn't work. No, no, no. I did everything that I could. So my responsibility is to make sure that you get every ounce of this service that I have. And I want you to understand that it's not just business. It is a personal thing.
Yes,
it is personal.
Yes.
A lot of people say, no, this is just business, not personal. No, it's personal. Because at the end of the day, I have the Credit Wellness, their financial freedom in the palm of my hands.
Yes.
So what I do, the decisions that I make or the moves that I make can make or break them. So it's bigger than just, you know, making that extra buck. It's really about just making sure people get their desired results and making sure people thrive and they flourish from it.
Wow. So where can people find you? Like, because I mean, everyone has like a Facebook profile or Instagram or something like that. So how could they find you? You know, contact you with
well, I'm definitely on Facebook. My name on Facebook is Kim Daniels. The Facebook page that we have is called Daniels Financial Group. And the Instagram handle is @mycredfix. And yeah, you can find me on Facebook. I'm always on Facebook, and I'm open. You don't my page is not private, so you can directly contact me. And yeah.
Wow.
Trust me, I'm around.
And one more question before I let this go. When did you come into this business? Like, how did you know that being an entrepreneur was definitely your calling?
Okay, so when I first discovered that entrepreneurship was for me was when I, right before I got married. I was in a really, really, really dark place, believe it or not, because of certain issues that I had going on with my coming into my wedding and things like that. And that's how I knew it was ordained for me to get married, and in that God had a lot more in store for me. But I actually went to a meeting to support a friend, and the experience that I had was amazing. And that's when I knew then that my life was truly not my own.
Amen.
And that I knew that there was purpose for me. And that's how I got into the entrepreneur wagon. And ever since then, I just started coming more into myself. So yeah, that's really what it was. I was in a dark place. I lost all hope in dealing with people, especially dealing with church and dealing with just connections all around the board. And that moment, you know, someone saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and that's what pulled me back in. And ever since then, now I'm reciprocating that.
Wow. So you're not only being a blessing to others, but now, I mean, you're actually helping them get their life on track and be better than they were.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
You're definitely like a sort of Christ, which is an awesome thing.
Absolutely. Wow. And that's the main focus.
Yes.
All my businesses are kind of like wrapped in that. It's ministry wrapped around, you know, business wrapped in ministry. So it's just all working together.
Well, Kim, this has truly been an honor and a privilege to be able to work with you and to be here. And I mean, I know many of the viewers are going to take this home and, you know, now try to become an entrepreneur. And I know I'm going to. And I'm going to start with all that jewelry that you have, because I definitely want some bling, girl. I'm used to me bling.
Thank you so much for having me. I really thank you for this, and I'm excited for what God has ahead for us.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Angela C. Coles, and it's been an honor to be with my friend here, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thank you.